Today's topic is the steps to learn Korean language. We are studying the Korean language to read, write, listen, speak. So that I will explain the steps to study Korean language and what we have to know in each of the steps. To help you understand, let me explain the process of making sentences. The example of a Korean sentence is 예쁜 여자친구가 따뜻한 밥을 맛있게 먹다. 예쁜 여자친구가 따뜻한 밥을 맛있게 먹다. This sentence means that the pretty girlfriend eats a delicious warm rice. To summarize up the process, the alphabets become a syllable. The syllables become a word. The words become a phrase. And finally, the words and the phrases become a sentence. Now let's look at them one by one. The first thing to study is the alphabet. As like any language education, we need to memorize all the letters and how each letter is pronounced. At this step, what you need to know is the name, pronunciation, and how to write of the Korean basic alphabet, 14 consonants and 10 vowels. Furthermore, you need to know a double consonant, which is a combination of two consonants, and a double vowel, which is a combination of two vowels, and of course, how to pronounce and write. In addition, the direction of writing Hangul is from left to right, and from top to bottom. The second step is the syllable. This step is to know the rules for combining consonants and vowels, that is called as a syllable. At this step, what you need to know is 5 ways to make a syllable, and you need to be able to read and write this syllable. For example, the syllable 여 is made of 이응 and 여, sound as 여, and the syllable 친 is made of 치읓, 이, and 니은, sound as 친. In addition, it is also necessary to know the rule of same sound for last consonant, and it is also good to memorize one syllable word. I'm sorry stopping. This is time to subscribe. If this channel is useful to you, please subscribe and click like. Now let's go on. The third step is to study for word. A word is a combination of syllables. For example, the word 여자 is made of syllable 여 and syllable 자, sound as 여자, and it has a meaning of a girl or a woman. Finally, it functions as a language with a meaning. Another example, the word 친구 is made of syllable 친 and syllable 구, sound as 친구, and it has a meaning of a friend. At this step, what you need to know is as following. In terms of reading, there are consonant assimilation, 자음동화 in Korean, consonant abbreviation, 자음축약, vowel harmony, 모음조화, linkage rule, 연음법칙, and so on. And then, in terms of grammar, there are 9 parts of speech, which is called 품사 in Korean, postposition, 조사, change of verb, 동사의 변환, origin of word, 어원, and so on. Next step is phrase. The phrase has a grammatical role, which is a combination of words. In the example sentence, the first phrase 예쁜 여자친구가 is subject part in the sentence. Next phrase 따뜻한 밥을 is object part. And finally, the last phrase 맛있게 먹다 is predicate part, which is completed the whole sentence. The final step is sentence. Like this sample, a sentence must have at least one subject and verb. In the sentence, the object, adjective, complement, and adverb are just describing the content in detail. What you need to know at this final step are the word order, 어순, the type of sentence, 문장의 종류, and conjunction, 접속사, and so on. Furthermore, to be a good Korean speaker, you'd better read Korean novel, write journal in Korean, listen to Korean news, speak self-introduction in Korean whenever you can. Until now, we talked about the steps for learning Korean language. You can learn all of it in my channel. Thank you for watching, and I really want to help you for studying Korean language more easily. Your subscription helps me make better content. See you next time.